Hey friends, hey family. How are you today? How's your heart? What's going on in your world? What's at play? Just showing up to play and engage and just to share what's been going on in my world and what I'm seeing currently. Yeah, what I'm playing with, what I'm working with, and the actions I am taking and what I'm choosing for myself. Choosing all this love, for all I am. And so just remembering certain things and repeating certain affirmations and recentering, restructuring, remembering all I am, all this love, and all I get to be. Accepting and receiving my humanity and my divinity, and choosing to embrace both and harmonize both aspects. I am of both worlds. And so, one of the mantras and practices that I learned a couple few years ago from Shannon Port of Art of the Feminine. Yeah, she had a Facebook page that I started following on in 2012. And I just loved her stuff that she put out and the beautiful artwork that was done. I think mostly by female artists, but I'm sure there was a few male artists as well that she showcased, because it's kind of interesting learning about feminine qualities and masculine qualities and how we all have those within ourselves. And even though like we may be born with a certain gender, we still have the masculine energy and the feminine energy within us that we get to play with, we get to work with, we get to balance and harmonize. And so it's kind of like fun to see it on energetic levels and things. And I feel like sometimes we can get caught up in certain concepts or beliefs about what it is, like what masculine energy is, what feminine energy is and stuff. And so, I've been looking at that the last couple of years and enjoying that. And also like balancing those energies within myself and seeing those like in so many fun ways, like through this play. And so one affirmation or mantra in practice was I am. That I am that I am. And putting the hands in prayer position. I am before me. I am behind me. I am at my left. I am at my right. I am above me. I am below me. I am unto me. I am. I know I am. All that I am. I know I am. I am this love. I know I am. All that I am. I know I am. So it just helps me remember and center. Come back home to me, to my heart. Within me. I am unto me. And just remembering all the beautiful messages I've received this week and about Ananda Mi Ma, the joy permeating mother, that I know the eternal self. I am my own guru. I know the eternal self. What does joy feel like in my body? Like the joy permeating mother, because she knows who she is and she can connect with all that love that she is. And how could you not be joyful connecting to the core of our own being? How could we not feel that joy and that love and that peace and that grace within us? If we're allowing that for ourselves, and we can access that. And it's never changing. And so today and the day before, I've been taking small actions. I mean, I take actions every day, but I'm taking more conscious actions in service to the whole and in service to this dream that I have, to love, to share my love, and to show up and be myself. And to play like with this creativity and this fertility and these gifts that I've been given to share, give, be, and receive. And so I'm taking small steps and actions to show up and care and in my devotion and my commitment to life, to love, to truth and wholeness and harmony and the liberation of all beings. And yeah, sometimes that seems like really lofty and important, but it's just really like, show up and be love, and show up and be yourself and love yourself, and engage with life and respond to life. And yeah, just enjoy this play. So be love and joy, and enjoy this love we get to play with and get to play at being. And so, yeah, just all those things. So, yeah, enjoying the actions that I get to take, not expecting a reward, just doing my best, showing up for it, and remembering I don't have to overwhelm myself before I get out of the gate, and just like take it one moment at a time, one step at a time, and allow some space and some gaps in my schedule for that spontaneity and for that play and for that joy. And I don't have to like clamp down or, with like any discipline. Like obviously there is some self-discipline required, but it's different in a way. Like the discipline is different than what I learned and what I was conditioned to believe that I had to like force myself. That's not discipline, that's working in resistance, And so taking off the pressure and just enjoying the action, not expecting a reward, but taking the action, like, and being present with what's here for me and with what I get to choose for me, and just enjoying like being present in that action. So always do your best. And yeah, just remembering those kinds of things. And so, yeah, I got to take some small steps. And then usually it's kind of funny, like where sometimes I go through these periods where I don't have motivation to do a whole lot, or I feel like sometimes like that saboteur kind of tricks me into thinking, oh, it's going to be a hard thing to do, or it's labor, like it's, and it's like kind of work myself up in certain ways, or I feel like it's going to be harder because I'm trying so hard. But like if I could just let go of trying, and just show up, and then it doesn't have to be so trying, or we don't have to try so hard and struggle, really. I can let go of the struggle. Obviously, there's things that are still going to challenge me, but it doesn't have to be a struggle. If I let go of my resistance, then there is no need for struggle, because I already have everything I need right here before me and right here within me. And doesn't have to be a power struggle. And so, yeah, realizing that and seeing that in new ways. And so taking the actions, and once I get started in taking those, it's just like get into that zone where it's like it is super enjoyable, and I'm just like, yeah, just so loving that and enjoying that. And so, yeah, I've been working on some stuff for my little magic tea store that I'm creating. And yeah, have a new space. I'm like, it's awesome to see it grow and grow and grow. And then making more room and more space for it to grow and grow and grow. So it's just so fun, like seeing, the progression of it, like in certain ways. And like, it's awesome to see what I can see about it. But there's also like unseen growth and unseen stuff that's happening right now behind the scenes. And that's exciting because that gets to be a surprise, and it's part of the mystery. And so it's just like, ooh, it is like a fun game of hide and seek, So just enjoying what's here, what I get to choose right now. So that's a different space to be in as well. And today I was making some tinctures because we're in that new moon window. And yeah, I usually make my tinctures and work with the plants and stuff during certain phases of the moon cycle. And so that was super enjoyable today. I didn't even know like what I was going to make. And then I was like, oh, this one I need, So I ended up choosing to do some balsam fir because that will be done in mid-November. And that'll be perfect, for that. Love that. Love the pine needles and, all of the different plants and like their power cycles and things. And this is so beautiful and so amazing, like just to play with life. And, what else? Let's see. Oh, yeah, something I'd never done before, which was usnea. And I'm going to look more into usnea. And I believe that's like a lichen. Yeah. And so, that's super fun that I get to learn and I get to play and I get to do what I love and learning every day and knowing I know nothing and that's okay. And so it's just like, it feels like a breath of fresh air. Like, I'm just letting myself be instead of like doing. I get to be. and that's like when there's effortless actions and labors of love because of my devotion and my curiosity and my willingness and receptivity and my passions and showing up for what I love. So it is really fun. It is a new place and a space to enjoy all this love from. So, what wants to be shared today around all those things and taking actions and enjoying the action being taken without being attached to the outcome, to the result, to the reward, or whatever that's going to be, whatever it's going to be. Yeah. So letting go and letting love like flow freely and letting it multiply and serve the whole for all of we. So, one of the cool things that came up today, after I'd written some stuff in my journal and taken some actions and playing in my kitchen and doing some things, or showing up to be me, and then everything else just gets to flow and work through me, or this person that I'm being. It's kind of awesome to see it that way. But there is a little nugget that I stashed away for myself. I was looking for some lyrics to a song that I had been singing to. It's been a long time since I've like really just let myself sing as well. Like, like it used to be like a major practice for me. And I do like randomly every day, but like, I just kind of felt like, oh, I'm going to sing this mantra today. Ek Ankar Satnam. It's the Mula mantra. And, I was looking for those lyrics after I had finished all my tinctures and stuff and to refresh on the translation to English and just reading it. That's what my intention was, but I actually came across something else because when I went into my documents, I had forgotten what I was actually looking for, and then I got led to something else. And then I was like, oh, that's fun when you're not even looking for something, and that's when it pops up for you. And then I remembered actually too, like what I was actually going in there to search for, and then I found that. So it was just kind of fun, like this treasure hunt. It's like, oh, I didn't even know I was going to find that, and I found that, and that's so cool. And so it does have a lot to do with taking action, and it's love in action. And so that is so fun. That's where I opened it to, and it was like, oh, what is this from? And I realized, oh, these are nuggets that I found from June a couple months ago. And so I'm going to put these in the description box there. First, love in action. And then there's second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th, love in action. And then there is your breath is a medicine. Your breath is medicine. If you want to heal from anything at all, it is possible to breathe it. One conscious breath at a time will take us home. One conscious breath will feel uncomfortable, different, hurtful, loving, kind, and uncertain. It's that one breath that will leave you speechless, understanding, and capable. We are breath, we are presence, we are resilience in motion. become what you breathe. Are Alvardo. Or Alivardo. It's a super kind of cool there, like to remember, because breath work, conscious breath and breathing deeply and doing different breathing exercises have been coming up for me, like been nudged to start to, really take a little bit more time to just like consciously breathe. And it doesn't have to be like some big, huge meditation session, but it just like, just enjoy and consciously take, and receive and open to that breath and to that exchange with spirit. And so just kind of fun things like that. And letting go of certainties and letting go of how I want things to be or how I believe they should be. And just enjoying what is now and the gift that is being given right now. And I'm here present to receive that. And so being with the gift, being the gift, and witnessing, the gift and all the gifts. Through that one gift of presence, love and presence. And so there's a few things I'll share from my journal today. Just some things I've been playing with. Oh, and I opened up, just right before I decided to record this little message today, I flipped open my Divine Feminine Oracle book, and I landed on Amaterasu, or let's see. Amaterasu, the goddess of light, and I had shared about her a few days ago, and it's so awesome because of my synchronicities with the sunlight and the mirror, the light and the mirror of God, the sacred mirror. And she is the goddess of the light and a huge figure in the Japanese pantheon. And we are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. So I've been loving all of that. Her soul voice meditation is imagine someone in this moment that you want most to see laugh and fill with light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. So I've been loving that practice of seeing everybody as powerful and as light and all connected. Just different reflections existing at different degrees. And so it's just like, I love you. I love you. I thank you. I respect you. I love you. I thank you. I respect you. I love you. I thank you. I respect you. And that feels true. Like seeing my relations, as like beautiful reflections for me to help me love myself, to know myself, to accept myself, and to own myself, to claim the power that I have within myself. And sometimes what we see can be really distorted if we're looking through that lens of the victim or the lower ego that thinks it's so important or unimportant maybe. And sometimes we can look at others and see like the distortions or what we haven't accepted or what we've rejected about ourselves, or those qualities like that we're being nudged or asked to look into and to balance and harmonize within ourselves. And so, I just really super appreciate that practice of using the sacred mirror, like to see into the whole more clearly. So, yay. The beauty of Amaterasu is that she emerges from the cave out of curiosity, attracted to someone else's joy. That's when she meets with the dawn of her own reflection. She doesn't truly see herself in the beauty of her light until she's drawn out of herself. Amaterasu sees her own light once she becomes curious about seeing the light that's around her in the levity and laughter of the other deities. This is the answer. If we've been too long in retreat, if we've been hiding if we've been hiding our light, not out of self-love and a soulful need for restoration, but out of a reaction to someone else's pain, then we know, or then we draw ourselves out by focusing on the joy of others. Seeing their light allows us to see our own. And sometimes even even the solar goddess needs to be inspired or reminded of why she shines so brightly, not just for the sake of her own reflection, but also for all those beloved beings that need her rays of light to remember their own. Sometimes we need the sight of the faces we brighten in order to remember why we are devoted to finding our way back into the light. And I love that. The Divine Feminine Oracle by Megan Watterson. And then, the other one that came up today was Shekinah, and that is the divine presence, the presence of the divine feminine. And we'll see if I can read this without my glasses. All right. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. The Shekinah represents the omnipresent and the immanence of the divine feminine. The word Shekinah in Hebrew means to settle, to inhabit, or to dwell. It represents an experience of the divine presence right here in the body and in the world. In Kabbalism, mystical Judaism, the Shekinah is the feminine aspect of God, and she's depicted as a piercing, radiant light. She is the experience of the presence of God within us as the soul of God. To the Kabbalist, honoring the feminine is of the utmost importance, and this is why the red thread of protection is worn on the left wrist, which is the receiving feminine side of the body. In Kabbalistic teachings, the Shekinah is represented in the tree of life as the pillar of balance. She is the force that unites the opposites. She brings heaven to earth, and she unites the body and soul. Because of her, there can be a direct path of communion between humanity and divinity. Because of her, we can experience God right here in this moment and right here in this body. When your soul selects her card in the Zohar, main sacred text in Kabbalah, the Shekinah is described as being a world within the world, as a bright radiance at the center of everything. All life on earth, all consciousness is a part of her light and therefore sacred, and is therefore sacred. The metaphysical theory of immanence is that the divine presence is manifested in the material world. So there isn't actually any matter, whether organic or inorganic, that isn't also a part of the divine. The Shekinah is light that inhabits your body, your cells, and is the cells of all the people and objects you see around you. She is also about pure experience. She is the message, the truth that there is light at the corner or at the center of everything that happens to us, both the good and the bad. And the Shekinah is the reminder that we are not just this body or this pain we might be going through or this confusing moment in our brief life. We are light. We are molecules of heaven to human. We are molecules of heaven in human form. And right now we can just know this. We can experience the light we are, and that can be enough. That can be the miracle and the answer we actually need. Not words or meaning, but simply and more profoundly pure, radiant being. Soul voice meditation. Enter the heart and repeat this mantra. I am light. See what images or words arise. I am light. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. That's the intention. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. Love that. And I love this little story in here about the Japanese goddess, the Japanese sun goddess, Amaterasu. Yeah. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you, love and presence. Love, joy, and presence. And taking action because of like the devotion, and the love that we have and the love that we are. And so let's just like share a few things from my journal. Taking conscious actions, baby steps, small steps, step by step. Focus on the basics. Love will care for and carry the rest. So take action, show care, and rest. Surrender and be free. Know I am supported. Let it go and let it be. Let it come into being freely and fully, however it gets to unfold for me and we. Let love move freely. Show up and listen. Trust and be the witness. Receptivity. Not doing, not trying, no pressure, no worries, no rushing, no hurries, no expectations, no should-bes. Yeah. I already have all I need. I already am all I am for all of me. Let go of the how and just allow all this love to be through being love right here with me. Being here as me. New moon intentions and soul-based heart-centered actions. Show up, remember, and appreciate. Show care for all I love, all I value, all I care for, all that's dear and precious to me. All I'm committed to. Take stock and inventory of all this love for me and we. Clean up house. Yeah, it's time for some spring cleaning and just cleaning up some things. Organize, prepare, structure, order, and simplify. Trust, flow, and let go. I am willing. Let it be. I choose to focus on this love that I get to be. I choose to focus on this love I get to be for me and we. I choose to focus on this magic, this joy, this beauty, this play. Yeah, that's playing out and playing through always, love always. So I choose to care for my whole self and my well-being, to come into harmony and balance, a whole healing, a healed holding. Be honest with yourself. Metamorphosis, magic, embracing the not knowing. If my life is dear, or if life is dear to me, then my own life is dear to me and for me. It's not selfish to claim the preciousness and the value, the beauty, the power, the goodness, abundance, blessings, the gifts of my life through living my life fully and truly, authentically, freely, totally and completely. It's a gift I get to be, share, live, give, offer, experience, embody, and receive. For giving, for being, for loving, for living, for growing and knowing, remembering all I am. Remembering the eternal self that always is. The whole within the whole. Let go, trust and listen. Go within. I am willing. All is well, all is well, all is well, all is right. All I am, that I am, that I am, that I am. All this love that I know that I am, that I am. August 28th, 2022, new moon window in Virgo to reset, restructure, clean house, simplify, organize, attend to, diversify, and multiply. Be fruitful and multiply. Anchored, flowing, growth takes flight. Rooting deeply, reaching toward the sky. As above, so below. Here am I. I am here. Love is here. My single eye. Baby steps, bit by bit, step by step, moment by moment, breath by breath. Balance, grace, peace, harmony, humility, gratitude, trust, faith, devotion, commitment, courage. Be brave, be love, and be. Be empty, be full, just be. Just relax and just be. Here, home, present. All of me. Loving, loving all of me. So what are we sending out? What are we broadcasting? What are we choosing, creating, intending, and contributing to, supporting, or investing our energy or our power, our attention onto or into? Where is our focus? And what is our core agenda? What are we being led by or run by? Yeah, what are we being inspired by, or what are we being carried away by? And those are some good questions to ask, because sometimes, like, we do feel like, yes, I want peace. You know, I'm asking for peace, but actually sometimes we're in an energy of conflict, and we want to be right, or we want to prove ourselves right, and so we're that's what we're asking for, is to keep reinforcing our own side. And so it's kind of interesting to look into those things and like see what we really are creating for ourselves, because we can, like consciously be thinking, like self-consciously, we can be, like, yes, my intention is peace, but really like there's an intention behind an intention sometimes. And that's good to see, like where like we may have unconscious agendas or be sucked into someone else's agendas, you know. It may be dressed up as, peace, but, we got to look a little more deeply sometimes to see the truth of it, or like to reverse it and use that mirror, see what it's really creating. Yeah. So if we're in an energy of conflict, what kind of energy are we sending out? And it's okay, like, to feel conflicted, and it's okay, like, to go through that conflict, because sometimes we need to see, like, what needs to be played out. And it's just fun to watch that and to notice certain things. And so, like, what kind of a power struggle might we be kind of playing into, or kind of trapped in, or stuck in? And so it's just good to know, like, how we're directing our energy. And if it's in service to the soul, or if it's in service to the small self, which is like the lower ego that is separate from everything, and that is just, trying to prop up and reinforce and keep itself safe. And that's not a bad thing either, like, because, that's the kind of things that we learn to do, like, that we thought were right to care for ourselves in certain ways. But it's just a matter of like looking into those things and see if they're still working for us, or if they're not working all that well for us anymore. It's just good to be aware of certain things. And so I just love to ask different questions, because, the answers sometimes spontaneously emerge, or they lead to other things, and they lead to more questions and more looking, more seeing, or just receiving and revealing. So it's just a fun little process. And so what are we asking for? What are we letting go of? What are we surrendering? What are we tuning into? What are we blessing, honoring, serving, claiming, valuing, and appreciating? What are we nurturing? What are we caring for and taking accountability for? What inspired actions are we choosing? So be honest and truthful with yourself. Transparent, transparency. Father, Mother, Child, and the Holy Trinity. Synthesis 37 and 73. What are you committed to? What are you devoted to? What do you love? What do you get to experience, dream, play with, transform, invite, and choose? What do you get to allow for and through you and through your receptivity? What are you choosing to focus on, and what are you connected to? What are you tapped into, or bound or hooked into, plugged into? Whose agenda are you choosing to contribute to? Is it aligned with what you truly know to be right, full, and true for you? What are we resisting? What are we holding on to? What are we trying to control, prop up, or prove? What are we disowning? What are we claiming? What are we honoring or dishonoring? What are we valuing? What are we devaluing? What are we dismissing or overlooking? What are we excluding, exiling, and shaming, rejecting and denying, or hiding from ourselves? What are we seeing, thanking, blessing, valuing, and appreciating? What are we sharing? What are we speaking? What are we feeling? What are we thinking? What are we opening to? What are we birthing or midwifing and manifesting into being? What are we showing up for? What are we forgiving? What are we releasing? And what are we creating? What are we unifying within ourselves? What are we including? What are we harmonizing? What are we alchemizing? What are we caring for? What are we healing? What are we unifying? What are we reconciling, reweaving, attending to, and restructuring or reinforcing? What are we regenerating? What are we emanating? What are we surrendering in service to the whole? Love, care, in action. Love and care in action. Awesome synchronicities, taking loving actions, showing up and being myself. Show up and be yourself. Navigating consciously through embracing all I am, trusting the great mystery, and loving all I am. What are we supporting and what are we supported by? What are we holding and what are we held by? What are we liberating within ourselves? What are we liberating for and through ourselves? So, your breath is your connection to life and great spirit, inspiring, expiring, inhalation, exhalation, exaltation, exhilaration, navigation, play. Through presencing, become what you breathe. And so, yay. The last thing that I wrote in this journal, a friend gave me for my birthday last year. It's the goddess, and she is that tree of life. And I just finished it today. There's like lots of beautiful symbols in there. And of course, like the spiral, one of my favorite of all time symbols is the spiral. And so on my last page of this book here, I wrote down the mula mantra, and I'll put that in the description box. But I was singing it today, and I remembered like that it is true, and that it's always been true, and that it always will be true. And I just started crying, and it was just there were tears of joy and tears of grief that were coming up for me, and I just kind of allowed them to like be expressed, and yeah, let them move through me. And so like some of those feelings of grief and sadness were about like, oh, that relief, because those parts of me that weren't accepted and that were rejected, they felt so happy to be coming home, to be loved and included. And then there was other parts of me that felt so bad for denying those other parts that didn't allow like the fullness of the whole. And then there was joyful parts of all the parts coming together again as one. And as each part that they are, like individually and collectively, like together. And so like just feeling, a lot of different things. And it is part of the same thing. Yeah, the joy and the grief, the joy and the sorrow, the pleasure and the pain, And so grateful. Thank you, life, for everything. I have no complaints whatsoever. I'm just super humbled and grateful for everything. And like that doesn't mean that I don't have my moments and my pendulum swings and my roller coaster ride and my ups and downs and all around the wheel. But just grateful for the experience and for being able to let go of certain judgments and certain like self-limiting restrictions and prisons. And just to be in peace and acceptance within myself. And then, when I'm not feeling that peace, that's okay too. And then I just remind myself of what is really true. So I hope you're well, and I hope you're taking the best loving care of you that you can choose for all of you. I love you, and I thank you, and I respect you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you, and thank you for sharing in like all of this, in this story, and in this game, and in this play, and in this beautiful, beautiful experience that we get to remember, know, and unify and come back home to ourselves. All right, be well and be love for yourself. Bye for now.